Hello everyone, Dan here from Black Art Graphics, and I've got finally a little video update for the business. As you may or may not be aware, I had to temporarily basically close the business due to a set of very serious and unfortunate personal circumstances, which meant that I was not able to produce very much work. I was able to produce some work, however the speed at which I was able to produce it was not enough for me to be able to take on enough work to survive. So I had to go and find other jobs which did not rely on my own equipment or my own laser or anything like that. I managed to get a couple of different jobs. I needed to raise several £1000s to basically fix my equipment. And I was trying to get some jobs that paid a substantial amount of money to not only be able to afford to pay my bills, but also be able to invest in the equipment to get it running again. I got a couple of jobs. Supposedly, I thought initially they were very good jobs, but it turned out that they did not pay enough for me to survive on. So I had to quit those jobs and find better ones, and I got a better one which has just about managed to get some stuff running, but still hasn't fixed everything. However, I'm pleased to say I have a new studio and a working machine. It's not my machine, it is a rented machine, and today I am trying to get my PC to talk to this machine so that I can start producing work again. However, despite lots and lots of technical challenges, I've almost got it working. I've almost got the files ready to run. However, when I connect the PC to the laser, it says I've got the wrong activation key, because the activation key on my computer does not match the one on their computer. And unfortunately, I can't use their PC because it doesn't have enough processing power. The processor and the RAM are not substantial enough to process the G-code. It takes about between 30 minutes and an hour to process the G-code for each piece of artwork, and then when I send it to the laser, it can't send the packets of information through fast enough to run it without crashing. So that's why I'm trying to connect my PC, but my PC has an activation key for my laser and I don't have the one for this one. So now I'm trying to figure out where the key is stored in the program files, and hopefully I can take one off of their machine and put it on this machine. I've asked for support from Trotec, but they're not responding. I'm sure they will do, but I need it fixed faster than they are responding. So yeah, we're almost there. We're almost up and running again, and I will be able to start shipping these things out and taking new orders. So good news. That's all. I've run out of time because my memory is full on my phone. Goodbye. Right, the laser machines are updating, installing a new version, later version of the control software, loading the configuration file and activation keys for that machine. It's taking a while. Now, I thought I would load up the new laptop, which I just got last week, which enables me to actually work remotely again. After my very expensive top-of-the-range Dell workstation melted last year. Sadly, out of warranty. I worked it so hard that the internals completely melted. I took it to a repair shop and they said, "What have you done with this?" And I told them what I'd done with it, and they went, "Yeah, you're supposed to do that stuff on an actual proper workstation tower with proper cooling." I didn't let my machine cool down. I worked it pretty much 24 hours a day. Either if I was using it, if I wasn't using it, it was rendering. And yeah, I destroyed it. Whoops. But I've very kindly been donated this Asus ZenBook by my dad until I get back up and running and I can get a new laptop on order. Although I think now I'm just going to work on the PC that I've built, because it does actually seem to be able to handle the work, even though it's very base spec. It seems to be able to handle it and stay cool, unlike the laptops. But anyway, I thought I would just log in and answer some emails and get some stuff done. Only when I've gone to connect to the Wi-Fi at this studio, I'm having to speak very closely because of the amount of background noise here. Yeah, I don't know what's happened here, but apparently this laptop no longer has Wi-Fi. I went to connect to the Wi-Fi network and the Wi-Fi has disappeared. There's no option to connect the Wi-Fi, it's just gone. So now I'm having to go into the device manager and see if I can find the Wi-Fi card and reboot it. Why does none of this stuff ever run fucking smoothly? I swear I am cursed. Does anyone know a witch doctor that I can speak to lift this curse? Because technology fucking hates me. Ugh. Right, so I managed to fix the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is connected. Now I'm waited ages for the installer to run to reinstall the software, and it took ages, and then said you have to shut down and reboot the machine before you do this, which I've now done, and now I'm waiting ages for it to verify the setup files again, and it's taking forever. I expected to have about 10 pieces made today. I just spend all my time waiting for machines to do their work. Why are they so slow? Probably because they're really old. Probably because I need to upgrade them a bit. Which I will do, eventually. But this machine was an upgrade from the one that I was previously using here to try and run this. And... we will get there, eventually. We're almost there. Almost. Right, progress update again. It's now 20 to 4. And I still don't have anything connected. And the Wi-Fi issue has come back. So I managed to go into the device manager. I managed to find the network adapter and I rebooted it and the Wi-Fi came back, and then I tried to connect to the guest Wi-Fi here again and it's crashed the network adapter again. Why? The curse persists. What the fuck is going on with this? USA. Good news! It's running, it's connected. Now, I need to test some of my files on the material to make sure that the settings transferred correctly. And all of the files that I processed that I had to run on this machine, which took 20 hours to process the code, I tried to copy them on a USB stick over to my machine. Guess what happened? The USB stick got corrupted, and then I had to format it, and then I couldn't even format it. It was just like, no, this USB stick is now bricked. So now I'm having to process them all again. But fortunately, this machine can do it in about a minute, rather than 60, 30, somewhere in that region. So now, yeah, now I test, and then hopefully I can set one running by the end of the day. Fuck, you know, one of these days, something will go smoothly. But it is not today. Alright, first test run on that. No, it didn't look very good. It was a bit uneven. So I tweaked the settings, and it's come out like that, and it looks fucking superb. Right, next challenge. This is the piece that I was running last week when it decided to crap itself, and I rage quit. I just stormed out and went, I can't fucking deal with this shit. And I went and sat over the other side of the airfield at the cafe over there and calmed myself down. Now I've got this running. I don't know whether this is going to work, but rather than scrap this piece of metal, because I don't have many and they're very expensive to buy, I'm going to see. Chances are this isn't going to work, because it would require luck and I have fucking none of that. But let's see if it lines up, and if I can just get away with running the raster engraving again on it. Wish me luck, I'm going to need it. Okay, so it seems like the 0-0 position has shifted, which means it's not going to automatically align. So So now I need to shift this right in that corner, and I've got to be like fractions of a millimetre perfect. If I am off by a gnat's cock, this is scrap. So, no pressure. I think that's about right. Now I've got to hope that the text lines up with what's already engraved. I'm not feeling particularly hopeful here. Another slight annoyance is I can't see through the lid on this machine because it's been used as a cutting mat. So I've got to run it for a bit, then pause it, then check if it's aligned. On my machine, I modify it, obviously, because I modify everything. And, well, I didn't modify it. My engineer modified it. But we can run it without the lid down. It would run with the lid open, which is ill-advised. Trotec say, don't do this. This is stupid. You'll laser your own eyeballs out. Which, you know, that is so far out, it's unfucking true. Jesus. Obviously, that is miles out. Why? It doesn't make any sense. I repositioned it, and it's not out by a fraction of a millimetre like I was expecting. That's out by a country mile. Oh well, that piece is scrap. The other face on it is alright, so maybe I'll do a cut price one if someone doesn't mind having some markings on the back. Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually, I should do that. Now I have to figure out why it didn't align. The artwork file from Illustrator is the correct size. The artboard on which the artwork is placed is the correct size. The artwork that has come through control software is the wrong size, and I have absolutely no idea why. I need more nicotine. Fuck. I've just sent a new file for it. It's just coming in with these massive borders, which are completely different to any size that I have specified anywhere. I don't know where it's picking it up from. I'm so confused. Fuck. Right, so I said from 0, position, give me 418mm by 295, which should point it at that corner there, but it's not. It's pointed it down here. So somehow the laser has got a different idea of how fucking big a millimetre is. Oh dear. Oh fucking dear. Someone is going to be having a furious fucking wank later to calm himself down. Right, I've retreated to the car while their engineer has a look at what the fuck has happened. Basically, this scaling has gone out, and I don't know. It's literally it's forgotten how big a millimetre is, and we found the resolution settings, and we can't edit them. There is no, like, the settings are there. But when I say change this setting, it goes, no, don't want to. So Patrick in there took over, and he's now working his wizard skills, which are far superior to mine. And he's going to try and see if he can figure out it to tell it how big a millimetre is. Why that setting has changed, I have no idea. There is no rhyme or reason as to why it would change and why it would be that far out. But yeah, there we go. There's another day wasted. Well, not wasted, but another day that I didn't account for, that I should have been in production, and I haven't been. And I've got all these customers that are really, really annoyed with how long stuff has taken. And yeah, even when I get a working machine to use and I create some kind of hybrid setup with my PC and their machine so that we can collectively get something that can run these pieces, and even then it's just one problem after another. I need a beer. I can't see much through the lid on this, but it's working. Finally, it's working. Thank God. I really need to bring a polisher down and polish that lid. Dear God. Right, so there we go. It's taken another inordinate amount of hours, but it works. It's running. And now I have lots and lots of machining to do to get all of the backdated orders out. And my next challenge is to get some marketing done so I can get some new orders in so that I can refill my bank balance, which has taken such a battering. I'm not sure I will ever financially recover from this. But if anyone is wondering why I haven't been working, this is why. With broken equipment, having nowhere to operate the business, having to rebuild equipment, having to find other jobs that I could do to finance it because I couldn't find any funding or any loans or anyone to, you know, take a gamble on putting a bit of money into this. I had to self-finance it, and it's taken 18 months to get here constantly. I've been working 18, 20, 22 hour days, sleeping 2 hours a night, trying to get this done whilst also managing other projects which are, some would say they're not important, but they are important to me. And but there was only so fast that this particular thing could be done. And the next stage now is to recover my laser, which, as you may have seen from the other video, is in bits in a shed. And we've got to get that from Cows over to here, put on the shop floor here, where I then need to spend a couple of days rebuilding it and realigning it and retuning it. And then I've got to go through all of that ball ache again to get my machine plugged into my laser, or I might just get another machine, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure that problem out when I get to it. But yeah, that's the next stage. So I've got to figure that out over the rest of this week. Hopefully, I'm going to aim to have it here by the end of the week. I've had some very kind offers of people offering to help come up with a van with a tail lift, which is immensely helpful because that machine weighs about 350 kilos, and all the casters, the wheels underneath have collapsed because for all of their engineering brilliance, Trotec kind of underspec'd the wheels on it. They're only designed for rolling it around a smooth floor. They are not designed for the kind of off-roading that mine has been asked to do. And quite frankly, it's no real surprise that my machine doesn't work, considering the amount of abuse that it's had in having to be relocated. And even getting it out of where it is not going to be easy. We have to cut a wall down because the door is not wide enough to get it through. So we have to cut the wall off of the shed, build ramps to get it down from the shed onto the concrete. Then there are multiple ravines in the concrete where it's been dug up to lay cables, which it needs to be got over. Then it needs to be navigated through an assault course, which I have on many occasions almost broken my leg on trying to navigate in the dark. Then we've got to get it on the tail lift, then we've got to get it over here. So yeah, I'll share that video when we get there. I'm sure it will be entertaining. There will be lots of challenges and I will be swearing lots. So, excuse my French. But that's it for today. I'm going to go get some dinner and hopefully a beer. Toodaloo.